Are you all ready for our today's class? Okay, good. What do you think about our environment, the surroundings? What do you think about our nature? What is nature? The flora, the fauna, the birds, animals, plants and everything around us is our environment, isn't it? Now, when I was a child, the environment around me is different from now the environment is. The environment was before 20 or 25 years is different from today's environment, today's surroundings. Why? Now we are facing so many problems. What are the problems we are facing here related to our nature and our environment? Overcrowd, that is population explosion, is one of the major problems we are facing, especially in our country. Then what are the pollutions we know we are facing in our day-to-day life? Air is polluted, our water bodies are polluted, land is completely polluted, and also noise pollution is also increasing day by day, isn't it? So, who is the reason or what is the reason behind all these problems in our environment, in our nature? Who is the reason behind these? Is it the birds or animals or the plants, trees, mountains? These are the reasons for these problems? No. Who is the reason behind all these problems? It is human being. It is the mankind who polluted everything around him. Birds, are they polluting the environment? No. Animals are doing the same? No. But we are polluting the environment as well as ourselves, isn't it? For example, let's take air pollution. In each and every house in our nation, not only in our nation, in the entire world, each family has a separate vehicle, isn't it? And within that, father is having a separate car, the brother or sister, or they have their own vehicle. For a family, we need at least one car or a two-wheeler. But here, in this present scenario, what's happening? I need my own vehicle. My brother needs his own vehicle. My sister needs her own vehicle. My father needs his own vehicle. So, 2 or 3 cars are there in one family, 2 or 3 or 4 two-wheelers are there in one home. Because of all this increase in automobiles, it polluted the air completely. In order to live in this world, what do we need especially? We need to breathe. For that, we need a pure air. We need oxygen to inhale. But here, today, can we breathe a pure and healthy air? Especially in cities, towns. In villages, it's okay, but still today in villages are also polluted by so many factories and industries there in villages also. So, this air is completely polluted and the reason behind this pollution is human beings. So, how can we avoid such problems? How can we control this air pollution? Have you ever think of that? We have to plant number of trees. Plantation of trees very, very important for a pure, healthy air. If we want to live in this world, we need to plant more trees. So planting trees is very important. For the birthday of your friends or your sisters or your brothers or your neighbors, you can give them a sapling. Other than taking a gift from shops, giving a sapling to your friends or your neighbors is much better than all these things, and it will help us at least to control the air pollution in our surroundings. So plantation of trees by the roadside will also help to control air pollution, isn't it? So similarly, for everything we have so many precautionary steps to be taken. But are we following that? It's in a question, isn't it? Students, do you think why this ma'am is talking more about this pollution, more about this environment, more about our nature? Do you think of that? Okay. Today we are going to discuss something about a real happening or a thing which happened in 1950s. During 1950s in London, a small incident happened which is related to nature, which is related to pollution, which is related to the problems which we are facing today. Are you all ready for our today's class? Students, today in this class I am going to discuss with you about a real incident which happened in the year 1952. In the year 1952, incident which happened in London. That is what we are going to discuss in this class. Okay, so the title of our lesson today is The Great Smog of 1952. The Great Smog of 1952. In the year 1952 in London, have you all seen the London Bridge? We have learnt a rhyme when we are a child, isn't it? London Bridge is falling down. So in London, this is happening. So here in 1952, in the month of December, on December 5th, on December 5, 1952, the entire climate, the weather in London is very cold. Already in England, the people will experience the cold weather during December. So here similarly, but this year it is the weather condition, the climatic condition, that is the cold weather is very, very high. The fog, have you all seen fog? We could also see fog in our nation, in Kashmir, in Ooty. In the early morning or by 6 or 7 we could see the entire environment is filled with fog. So here in London too, in December 5, on the day of December 5th, 1952, what's happening there? The cold weather is very, very high, and so the fog completely fills the environment. People could not see each other. Because of the dense fog, people could not see each other. So people are thinking that okay, it is because of the weather, it is because of the cold weather, the climate is so chill, so cold. Usually we have seen in cartoons or in Hollywood movies, we could see the fireplace. In each and every house they will have a fireplace to make the home in a heating environment, or for warmth. For warmth, the people will use fireplace. We all have seen it, isn't it? Have you all seen fireplace? Okay. So each and every house there in London has fireplace of its own. So the people are using more fuels to burn or to make heat in the house. So they are using more fuels. What do we need to heat up the home? It's like the fireplace is like hearth. So what do we need? We need woods, or we need some other fuels to burn. Okay, so people are using more fuels in the fireplace. And also in the factories. There were so many factories in London, so many industries were there in London. And so in the industries also, in the factories also, they are using the amount of fuel they are using during this cold weather is high when comparing with the rest of the months. So here people are using so many, the amount of fuel is increasing day by day because of this cold weather, not only in their home but also in the factories. On this day, on December 5th, in the morning, people could not see each other because of the fog. Because of the density of the fog, they could not see each other. Now, as people are thinking that, okay, it will go in the afternoon or in the evening. Now, this smog or this fog is turning into an yellowish brown color. What is the color of fog? It is white in color, isn't it? But now, people are observing that as the time passes, this fog is changing its color. Now it looks like an yellowish brown color. So the people are unable to breathe. At first they could breathe, but now the air around them did not allow them to breathe because the fog turns into an yellowish brown color, which means the people are using fuel for the fireplace, and also in the factories the chimneys are emitting so much amount or the heavy density of smoke or the soot from the factories through the chimney. What is coming, what it is emitting? It is emitting soot. Have you all seen soot? Okay. So this soot as well as the soot which is coming from the home, the factories, the industries, it all mixed up with the air and is polluting the air completely. Now the people are unable to breathe. The fog turns into an yellowish brown color. At first it's fog, but now this fog is mixed with this smoke from automobiles. London is not like a village. It's a big city, isn't it? So the number of automobiles is increasing day by day, and thus the smoke which is emitting from the automobiles will also increase automatically. So what's happening here? From the automobiles are emitting poisonous gas from the automobiles. The chimneys from factories, industries and homes, they are all emitting poisonous air. They are polluting the pure air there in London. It affects mainly the three cities in London, that is London Bridge and also St. Paul's Cathedral and Big Ben. These are the main cities there in London, there in Britain, and all these three areas are completely covered with smog. What is smog? Fog with smoke. They combine together to form this smog. Fog plus smoke. The smoke is coming from the chimneys of factories, industries and from home, because due to this cold weather, the people are using more fuels, and by the usage of petrol and diesel in automobiles, it is also emitting poisonous gas. So all these smoke mixed together with the fog, and thus it forms smog. Now the fog turns into an yellowish brown color. People are unable to breathe. They could not see each other, not even their feet. They could not even see their feet. So that much because of the density of that smog. Now I hope you all have understood what is smog. At first the climatic condition was very cold. People could see fog everywhere. But now due to this soot which is emitting from the chimneys of factories and industries and from the automobiles, the smog and the soot mix together with fog and thus creates a smog. And that is the title of our lesson, The Great Smog of 1950. 1952. It mainly affects the London Bridge, St. Paul's Cathedral as well as Big Ben. These are the major places there. So the people live there are heavily affected by this great smog of 1952. Till this, can you understand, students? At first the people ignored this. At first the people thought that okay, it will vanish by the end of this day. This is happening on December 5th. Remember that? So people at first ignored this yellowish brown smog. They thought that it will decrease or it will vanish by the end of this day. So no need to worry. At first they feel difficult to breathe, yet they ignored this issue. They ignored this problem. They thought that it is common because of the automobiles here, because of the factories and industries which are running here. The diesel, for buses we will use diesel, isn't it? So due to this fuel, due to this diesel, the automobiles are emitting dark smoke there. This polluted air, what are the elements which are there in polluted air? It contains carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide, sulfur oxide, isn't it? Sulfur dioxide. So these are the toxic elements there in the air, there in the soot, there in the smoke. So this fog plus smoke is equal to smog. So this smog contains these toxic elements: carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, sulfur dioxide. So these are the poisonous, these are the toxic elements which is mixed in the air. So the people, can they able to breathe? No, the people are unable to breathe. At first they ignored, okay, it will be alright soon. But the entire day has passed, yet the problem did not get solved. Now the people recognize that okay, we have to do something for this or else it won't go or it won't stop. So we have to do something. People are unable to breathe. They can't able to see each other. They can't drive the car. They can't move their vehicles. They can't walk in the pavement. So that much difficulty was faced by the people there in London. Thousands of tons of soot are emitting from the chimneys of factories and industries. The people, they cannot breathe. So the government announced that children should stay at home. As like today, children are not allowed to go out of their home. So similarly, the government of London, they announced that children should stay at home. They are not allowed to go to school. Or the people who are suffering due to these respiratory problems should stay at home. So these are the announcements by the government. So people, they feel difficult to breathe. The air is filled with toxic elements, toxic poisonous gas. For breathing, we need oxygen, we need pure air. But now the people are unable to breathe. The air is filled with toxic elements. Can you understand, students? So this is the same condition here in Delhi too, in Chennai, in Bangalore, in Mumbai. The number of vehicles is high and also the polluted level of air is also becoming high. So what we can do for this? How can we solve this problem? We are also facing the same condition in Delhi, in Mumbai, in Bangalore, in Chennai too. So what we can do? We should make awareness among the people, and we can also plant so many trees by the roadside. Wherever we can or wherever we could, we have to plant as many trees as possible. Okay, Timmaka, have you all heard about Timmaka? Timmaka is a grandma. She is from Andhra and she has planted more than thousands of banyan trees on the main roads or the highways. So she has so much concern towards nature. She is an old lady. I think she crossed her 100th birthday too. Maybe now she is in 105 or 6. I am not sure. So this Timmaka, this grandma has planted so many banyan trees, thousands of trees on the highways. So trees are very, very essential for human beings to live in this world. What is our role to protect our environment? Just think about it. Now the smell of this fog become worse. It's like rotten egg, the smell of a rotten egg. Can you smell a rotten egg? No, it's very bad. It's unpleasant, isn't it? So similarly, the smell of the smog is turning like the smell of a rotten egg. So can the people breathe? No. Why is the smell of the smog becomes like rotten egg? It's because of the sulfur content in the air. So the sulfur content in the air is very high, and that's why the smell of the smog becomes very worse. And also there is no air to take away the smog from the city. If air comes from outside, then the smog, then the soot will be taken away, isn't it? Now the smog is stagnated there. It is settled there. No air from outside, no air pressure from outside is coming into the city. So this smog is stagnated there. Stagnated, it is settled there. It is not moving anywhere. If air blows or if wind blows, the smog can pass away, can run away from the place. But now, as there is no wind or blowing of air or blowing of wind, this smog settled there. It is stagnated there, and the smell become very, very worse. It's like the rotten egg smell. It's because of the sulfur content. Now, the drivers who are driving their cars, they are unable to move forward. They all keep their cars there abandonedly on the road. They are unable to take it forward. They turned on the headlights of the car. They peeped through the window to look what is there in front. But because of this smog, it completely covers the area, and they are unable to see. They are unable to see what is in front of their car. So they can't drive. They kept their car there on the road. All the cars there are alone there. They are abandoned there. And the city buses, the bus drivers are unable to drive their bus. So the conductors, they will take the flashlights and they are guiding the drivers. Who are guiding the drivers? The conductors. The conductors are using the flashlight. They are guiding the drivers to take the bus. They are directing, they are guiding the drivers. So this smog completely makes the entire environment into worse. So here, these drivers are unable to drive their cars, drive the bus. Conductors are guiding. The car drivers left their cars there on the road. So this is the condition there. People who are walking, they are unable to see each other. They are unable to see even their feet. So that is because of the density of this smog. Now, the people who are walking on the pavement, walking on the road, at once they crossed this place, crossed this smoggy area, especially this London Bridge, St. Paul's Cathedral, and also Big Ben. At once they cross this area, their appearance looks like they are working in coal mines. In coal mines, can we dress neatly, or will we look as if we are from home? No. Our entire skin turns into another color, isn't it? Maybe black or brown. Britishers, They are white people, but at once they crossed this smoggy area, this polluted air, it is doing some makeup on their face. At once they crossed this area, they are looking like as they are working in coal mines. They are the laborers who are working in coal mines. They are looking like that. Now can you understand? The Britishers, the London people, they are white in color. But because of this smog, if they walk through the way, on this way, if they are crossing this way, if they reach their home or their neighbor's home or their neighboring place, now they are looking like as they are working in coal mines. They are like coal miners, the laborers who are working in coal mine. So because of this smoky, this polluted air, their skin tone, their color also changed. So that much suffering the people are facing. The government also informed that the children should stay at home. People who are affected with respiratory problems also should stay at home. So till this, can you understand, students? Students, I hope you all have understood our today's class. See you all in the next class, students. Until, take care. Thank you.